Hello everybody and welcome back to Random Vids. So, one of my favorite games that came out this year so far is Tomodachi Life Living the Dream. One of the, two games I got this year, if you don't include those Switch 2 updates. So anyway, I really like Tomodachi Life, and I think it's safe to say that of all the me games I have, this one is definitely by far, my favorite. But, there was something that always stuck out to me, and that's every time that one of your Miis falls asleep and they start having a dream. All the dreams are different compared to the last one that they might have had, and some of the dreams are really cool and really creative, and some of them are actually downright fun too and just goofy, while others range from alright to a little boring. So I thought it'd be fun to rank all the dreams that your Mii characters have in Tomodachi Life Living the Dream. Hope you guys enjoy this video, and let's get to my least favorite dream of the bunch at number 28, which is Collecting Loop Dream. I really don't care for this one, honestly. It's just somebody picking up an item, and then they realize that there's another item on the floor, and when they go get it, then they drop the one that they were previously holding. It's just a rinse and repeat process. It loops pretty fast, and it isn't really that interesting of a dream, honestly. Number 22, Collecting Loop number 2, because apparently this one has two versions of it. The only difference is that Collecting Loop 2 is food, where Collecting Loop 1 is not food. So, there really is no difference. They're both the same dream, and they're both definitely the worst of all the dreams. Number 26, Flying 1. This one isn't really that interesting either. It's just watching your Mii character try to fly. And there's two versions of this dream. This one, you're just watching your Mii character fly, and it'll try to fly as high as humanly possible. That's always been some in dreams where, for me at least, there's always times where I dream that I can fly too. Not all the time, but there is something. So this is taking one of those jokes from the joke book, from dreams, and turning it into a dream. I guess it's cool and all, but it's still boring to watch. Number 25, Flying Dream number 2. It's literally the same dream, except it's not quite as long. How exciting. Number 24, Food Meeting Dream. I guess this dream is kind of goofy, seeing a bunch of different foods move and jump around. The only problem is, what's so interesting about seeing a lollipop or a pretzel jump around with a certain Mii character's voice that, honestly, you're not going to even really know who it is unless you pick like a succinct voice, a voice that you're going to remember who that is. Otherwise, what's the point of this dream? They could have added like a little bit of, they could have added like the Mii character's name, like maybe on the table or something, so then we know, who they're playing as. That would have been really cool. But as it stands, the dream isn't really that interesting, just because all it is basically just food. It's basically just food coming to life, so not that interesting. Number 23, Person Tree Dream. Yeah, this one isn't really that interesting either. It's just someone standing outside by the fountain with a random item all over it. And everyone usually walks by and could care less about what your character is wearing. Yeah, another just dream. I mean, at least we can see our Mii character this time, but if it's a funny item, maybe this dream is better, but normally this dream is just Number 22, Object Rain. And this one, it's basically just objects raining down on your Mii character who's having the dream. Once again, it just kind of depends on the item that it is. If it's just one of the random items, or an item that doesn't reference that Mii character in a way, then it's just bland. I mean, this dream can be funny though if it is an item that does reference that Mii character, I guess. But otherwise, it's just kind of one of those dreams that just kind of exist where not much is going on. It's just items raining down on a Mii character. There's definitely more interesting dreams out there. Number 21, Pixel Food. This is one of those dreams that is kind of fun the first time, maybe the second time, but then after that, this dream is just super boring. It's the same thing every time. You give your Mii character food, but instead of him eating it, it turns that Mii character into pixelated. Once again, it's kind of cool the first time, but after you get this dream like 20 times, then it does kind of overstay its welcome a little bit. If they would have made this dream maybe a little more rare, then maybe it would have been better. At least you're interacting with the Mii, so I guess that's cool and all, but there's definitely way better interact with your Mii type of dreams. Number 20, Water Sprinkler Dream. So this one, your Mii characters are usually dressed up as flowers or frogs, and they're playing around a sprinkler, but when the sprinkler goes off, then the me characters pretend like it's the absolute worst thing they've ever withered. And the flowers wilt, and the frogs, they just kind of... What do the frogs do? They get sad, I guess. But then the sprinkler turns back on, and then the whole process starts back over again. I guess this dream isn't half bad, but it does kind of repeat itself. Number 19, Upside Down World Dream. So kind of like the Pixel Food Dream, this is one of those dreams that is funny the first few times, but after you get this dream so many times, then, it's, it's just fine. Once you've seen it so many times. The person is upside down, he tries to hold on to the roof and falls to the floor. So, it's okay. Number 18, Bungee Jump Dream. The beginning of this dream is kind of funny. There's another one of those ones you get to interact with the me character. You push them off of the bungee thing, and then you can watch them go flying. Obviously, the flying is just as long as you want to watch them fly. So, I guess it's kind of cool, but once again, once you've seen this dream a few times, it does get a little samey because it is the same thing. But it's still pretty funny nonetheless, especially depending on what me character is up there. Number 17, Poltergeist Dream. So this one, there's going to be a random object in the bedroom, and it's just going to be floating all around, scaring the me character. And they'll wake up, and all of a sudden, the items drop to the ground like nothing ever happened. Okay, this one's kind of more creative. It's more than just something falling on your me character, or them just having the room tipped upside down. So I guess it's kind of cool seeing the objects float around and stuff. Unfortunately, you don't get to interact with this one like the other one, but, it's still cool nonetheless. Number 16, Super Sneeze Dream. So your me character will sneeze and something will come out of its nose. This is one of those dreams that I honestly don't get that often, so it doesn't get as repetitive as some of those other ones. I feel like, though, if this was a dream that I saw all the time, it would probably fall a little bit lower on the list. But because I don't see it that often, it is a funny dream, and once again, depending on who your main character is and depending on the item. Number 15, Lots of Language Dream. So, the me character having the dream says good afternoon to someone, and that person will speak in a completely different language. And all of a sudden, a whole bunch of other me characters will walk by saying good afternoon or morning, whatever, in different languages as well, which is kind of goofy. Although, unfortunately, the languages never change, so it's always the same ones every time. But it's still a pretty funny dream seeing all your different me characters walk around talking in different languages. Although, once again, like I said, unfortunately, the languages don't ever change, so it can sometimes get a little repetitive, but not in the way that it gets annoying. It's kind of a goofy one, and I like it. Number 14, Counting Sheep Dream. This has got to be one of the most by-the-books based dreams of all times. Just counting sheep in your dream, and of course the sheep are none other than your me characters. It's really funny, and one of them might pop up to be a monster too, which is kind of goofy. As you can tell, the dreams that have more going for it, or if it's showing a whole bunch of different me characters, are usually the ones that are higher on my list. So, yeah, this one's a good one. Number 13, Traffic Light Dream. What's funnier than seeing a bunch of me characters in sheep outfits? What about a bunch of me characters just running on the road pretending to be cars? And your me character having the dream will usually push the button on the stoplight to mix the traffic up a little bit. Unfortunately, it is the same me characters that are running around, but it's still funny nonetheless. Sometimes they're walking around in chicken outfits too, which is, I think, even funnier than the cars. Just goofy ones like this are hilarious. Number 12, Giant Dream. I still remember seeing this one in the trailers, and, it was one of the first streams that we ever got introduced to. It's kind of a goofy one, and once again, it really depends on the me characters that are partaking in these roles. But usually this stream is really funny. It starts off as a normal day, you're right next to your me character, but all of a sudden when the other me shows up and gets closer, they grow in size, or they're just large. So, it's a really goofy dream overall. Number 11, the Race Dream. This one's funny, even though it can be a little repetitive, but it's just funny seeing 3 different me characters run around. One person will usually get tired and fall behind, but then they'll do something random, whether if it's rolling on the floor or running backwards really fast. So yeah, it can get a little repetitive because the layout is basically exactly the same, it just changes depending on if the me character in last rolls or if he walks backwards really fast. But it still is a goofy dream nonetheless. Number 10, Toss and Keep number 1. So this one, your me character is getting a bunch of different items, and they'll decide if they want to keep it or if they want to toss it. Once again, depending on the me character and depending on the different items that they receive, can be more funnier than others. But this is one of those item dreams I think that are one of my favorites, just because it is pretty goofy. depending on the items that they end up getting. Plus, it's not quite as repetitive as some of the others. Number 9, Toss and Keep number 2. I really don't know the difference between this one and the other one. I think it's the same. Maybe it's just the certain items that they get, but at least in the footage, it looks basically exactly the same. So, I mean, both of these obviously can differ. They're literally the same dream. Still great. Number 8, Boss Battle Dream. This dream literally just comes straight out of Miitopia. That's the thing that comes into my mind. First thing, and even the mage is one of the characters. So of course, this dream is really great. And it's funny seeing the 3 characters go against some sort of item. What could make the dream even funnier could depend on the Mii characters as well as the different roles that they play. Overall, though, this one's pretty funny, and it's funny seeing how the item beats all the Mii characters. So yeah, this is definitely a top 10 dream for sure. Number 7, Alien Invasion. This one's another really goofy one that I don't get that often. This one, an alien, I guess, is invading your island, and it's sucking up a whole bunch of different things. In this clip, it looks like it's sucking up a bunch of different items, but it'll suck up Mii characters as well, which is hilarious. And when it does that, this dream ends up being one of the most hilarious ones. If it's just items, though, I don't know if top 10 will cut it. It's still a really random and goofy dream, though, and usually the random and goofy dreams are the ones that are higher on the list. The ones that do, a little more and not aren't just, plain and simple. But still, good dream. Number 6, the Mario Bros. Dream. This one is hilarious. It's just your Mii characters playing good old Mario Bros. Because, who ain't going to want to play Mario Bros? What makes it even funnier is that the different items, or whatever, obstacles, are different items, whether they're custom ones or not. So sometimes your Mii character will do bad, and it'll touch one of those items and lose. Other times it'll fall down a pit. Other times it'll get some sort of item, and it'll get one of those items, and it'll grow really big. This dream kind of reminds me of the race and the boss battle a little bit, but at least it's not as repetitive as the race one is, and same as the boss battle one, because this one, it could very differ depending on, just depending on what it feels like doing. So because of it, being a lot more original and being a lot more fun to watch, that's why it's higher up on the list compared to some of those other ones. And it's Mario Bros. Who don't like Mario Bros? Number 5, the Bathroom Dream. This one's hilarious. Your Mii character needs to use the bathroom, and all these different Mii characters are using it instead. It's once again one of those dreams that's hilarious to see the different Mii characters and what Mii characters are all shoved into this bathroom together. And the Mii character's reaction is hilarious. Sometimes it could be an item in the bathroom of all things. Because, why the heck not? This dream is goofy and very unhinged, and that's why it's up here in the top 5. Number 4, Same Face Dream. This one's goofy. Your Mii character wants to talk to a bunch of others, but all of a sudden when all those Mii characters turn around, they have the same face as the Mii character having the dream. I always love it in this game when the Mii characters lose their face or their faces get distorted, or if they try to copy other Mii characters' faces. So this dream, of course, is going to be higher up on the list. Plus, like the Bathroom Dream, it's very unhinged, and it's just downright goofy all around, seeing especially characters that have really creative faces. Number 3, the Floating Dream. This one is just downright hilarious. Your Mii character's floating around in a room with random objects. And what's fun about this one is that you can interact with the Mii character and move the Mii character all around, and you can even touch the different objects and move them towards the Mii character. How goofy is that? I love the dreams that you can interact with as well. And this one is one of the best ones when it comes to that. It's like the Poltergeist one, but I guess your Mii character doesn't mind that all these items are floating. It's more of a meditation, I guess, type of dream instead. And it's more fun because you get to interact with it. Who doesn't love interacting with the dreams? This one's definitely a top 3. Number 2, Object Praise. This has got to be probably the most goofiest dream of the bunch. 4 different Mii characters are just doing this weird dance ritual on the floor, praising a random object. Not only do I love the music that's playing, but their dance moves are just hilarious. And once again, it really depends on the object that they're praising, as well as the different characters that are in this praise. This is one of those dreams I don't get too often, but when I do, I make sure I watch it, just because it's the fact that I think it's goofy and hilarious, and I don't get it that often. It's kind of a goofy dream. And this one was almost going to be number 1, but I think there's one dream that almost I prefer the number 1 spot for, but this one I'd still say would be number 1 for comedy-wise. It's so goofy. I love this one for sure. And number 1 would go to Spinning Tops. Okay. This makes more sense as a number 1 dream. As much as I love the item praise one, this one is like I don't even know how much better you can get when it's with a dream. You can interact with it. So your me character and another me character have the almost like they're playing a game, and they're trying to see who can spin themselves faster and knock the other player out of the little arena. This dream is just downright goofy, and I love how you get to be the one in control of these characters. It can be fun. Like, it's kind of fun that they turned a dream into a game. Like, I almost completely forgot all about this dream until just rewatching these. And as much as I wanted the item praise one to be number one, I knew this one had to be number one. It's just so creative and you get to interact with it. Plus, it can be really goofy, especially depending on who's up against one another. Once again, just really depends on the different Miis. So, item praise is definitely a close second, but I'd say that this dream would be my favorite of all the Tomodachi Life Living the Dream dreams. And with that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's kind of a goofy video of me ranking the Tomodachi Life Living the Dream dreams. This is an idea I had in mind for a while, but I just never got a chance to do it because I was busy with other stuff. So, yeah, it was fun ranking all the different dreams from Tomodachi Life Living the Dream. So, yeah, nothing else I got to say here. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys next time, whenever that will be. So have a great day.